Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Spakowo, Poland. Here you are, Charlie. Hello, welcome to November. Let me give you some food so you can fill up your belly. This was my impression of a Russian accent. I hope I nailed it. I'm not Russian though, but I've seen movies when everybody was like trying to impersonate a Russian person, and I don't know why I started this conversation at all. In any case, today we're gonna start with mulching all the fields, so we have a nice starting area for plowing them all up, and then we're gonna plow them up just to make sure that everything is okay. So let's see how much we have. We have wool 583 liters, and I think this is it for this year. We do have 2 adult goats to sell. Let me just quickly show you. We have Dot and Sparky that are ready to be sold. And this one is doesn't say anything. So yeah, basically 2 goats are gonna have to be sold, and the horses are feeling fine. I've checked on them. This thing is running completely fine. I just love the system that collects rainwater from the roof and then refills the water tanks. That's one of the great things about this. And the pigs, they also seem to be doing good. As you can see, feed, they are well enough. I should probably give them some grain sooner than later. But yeah, here we are. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna have to put the mulcher on the back. I know I previously said that I'm gonna have to get a mulcher, but I completely forgot that I already have one, which was bought for Vineyard Bork, and it turned out that it's much too wide for it, this piece of kit, and it doesn't fit into the rows. And yeah, I've also bought these cones, as you can see, just to make the edges a bit more visible. So I think this was a good idea. Yes, very much. Okay, let me sit up a bit straighter. Okay, well, I was looking at the specs online, and we can actually... No, I want to keep this closed. And we can run this, because I think this tractor has around 98 horsepower, and the mulcher takes 75 to run, so it should be good on us to run. And we're gonna see in just a second how this actually works in practice. Okay, let's go outside and just check how this looks like. Okay, I can't really lean low enough to see it, but by the sound of it, it's working as it intended to. Okay, let's drop it down and let's go. Yeah. The results are as they should be. think I'm driving just a bit fast, so let's lower the speed down to 10. Because I want to have control, you know. If I see something that is not to be mulched, I want to have enough time to actually... I can keep it down. To actually stop before there's any damage done. I think we're gonna do quick work with all the fields in this way. And the subsoiler / plow has the same horsepower requirement as this mulcher has, 75 horsepower to run. So I do believe we're gonna be able to do everything with this Zetor. Look at that. The bores are here. That's right. Run, you pig. Let's set this up to do the headland. And perfect. There's a tiny bit left over here. Well, I guess I should turn to action shots, otherwise we'll be sitting here for way too long and I got nothing to talk about. I could ramble on about different things in life, but I think it's gonna be better if we focus on doing the actual job. And we'll see you on the other side. Right. So, problems. I think I punctured a tire. Let's try and move on just a bit. Yeah, I suddenly lost pressure in one of the tires. So let's see. This one, okay. Yep. This one is definitely on the ground. Well, they're all on the ground, but you can see the tractor is leaning quite a bit. Okay, well, that's unexpected. No, let's move the tractor back to the farm and I'll try and reinstall it over there. Yeah, this doesn't really look good. I don't want to make more problems for myself. So I think I'll park the tractor right here on the side of this entrance. So the people living there can go back home if they need to, and yeah. I don't know, I guess something must have got caught. Maybe it was these rocks. Anyway, something must have gotten caught in the mulcher and thrown into the tire. I got no other explanation. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to order a new tire, I think. I should probably lock this before I go anywhere else. And I'm just gonna cut through the fields here. No, don't need to walk around. Oh, it's a sad, sad tractor. It's a sad, sad situation. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Alright, I was clenching my behind. Didn't know what the boar was gonna do. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And they are very close to our farm, which is not something I want to see. Alright, I can already see this is gonna be a pain. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Lada out. I'm gonna connect it to the trailer because I think we're gonna have a tire. It's gonna need transporting. I'm gonna call Mr. Ben for the heads up. And so they can prepare a tire for us, and yeah, gonna try and replace it. Before I go anywhere, I do want to have my toolkit with me. I think that's stored in here. Yes, it is. So let's see if I can fit it in the trunk. And yes, I can. And look at that, there's rain forecasted. Oh, just my luck. Well, no use in crying out. It just is what it is. So one rear tire for the Zetor. They should have the sizes in their system. So yeah, see you down at the shop. Righty there. So the tire is purchased. It's a brand new one and the price was 250. And it is like Well, we put it on the trailer sideways so I can actually roll it down. Otherwise, I would probably not get it off the trailer. It is fairly heavy. So yeah, here we are. Just loving this beautiful November morning. Oh, it's actually November day already, so I I can't really be complaining. Not too much. In any case, we'll see you back at the tractor. If nothing else, you can say this is quite an adventure time. Wouldn't you? Okay, so let's get this machine back up and running. We got 2 more fields to mulch, and we got 4 fields to plow up, and probably something else to do if we're lucky. Open the trailer back. Okay, let's get this tire off. Oh man, this is heavy. Oh, let's push it underneath the tractor. Or somewhere. Probably over here. Good. Well, at least the size is right. Right? Right. I'll be back in an hour or so. Possibly 2. I don't know how long it's gonna take to unscrew the bolts over there. Oh, wow. Well, looks like the new tire is holding. Which I think is perfect. Let's get this one on. Let's put the car away. Let me kick it. That's the best tire pressure test. Okay, yeah. It feels like it's holding on nicely. Good. Alright, let's get in. Let's get back to the farm. I'm gonna deal with the punctured tire later. Might even have it as decoration, because I always loved how farmers or maybe other machine users are recycling old tires for something else. Maybe decoration, maybe weights for the silo, something like that. So yeah, now we have the perfect opportunity to do it. I think I'm mulching the last row on the last field, and yeah, it was a very dusty job, but I think it's gonna help our next year's yield just a bit, because I have seen people simply plow up the corn stalks or the roots. But I guess this is better if we mulch it first. Okay, let me just poke out on the road on this side. Through the bushes. Perfect. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking of not doing any more plowing today because I'm kind of tired from all this. But I do still have enough time and energy to put in the alpha seed at the new field, so I do think I'm gonna go that way. I'll take that route. Because in the end, why not? I don't think we're gonna get caught by the rain. And the soil does seem to be pretty dry, so it's not gonna clog up the seeder. That's my main concern, actually. It's gonna clog up the seeder. Getting ready to uncouple the mulcher. It's done good work this year, and a lot of work in one session. So yeah, let's put it to rest. And now we gotta put on the seeder. And I do believe it's positioned behind the planter, as it would be. Of course it is. That's okay. I'm gonna move the planter out of the way. Let's try and put it in front of the windrower. Whoop, too far. Feels like it's already evening, but it's only 3 p.m. You know, the sun really does go down a lot quicker in the autumn. Alright, let's see, is there anything inside? There should be nothing. And indeed, it is nothing. I was just thinking about the rain. When's it gonna come? And look at that, the rain has come. Okay, so no loading of seed at this very moment. Unless I can do it. No, actually no. Well, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not gonna force it, because there's just no use in pushing things beyond what we can do. But I do want to get the tire off I could do this even though there's rain outside. Strange. The sky is completely blue. Alright, let's get this off and onto the wall. Okay, well, I managed to get the tire over here. And I think it's gonna be a nice little piece of decoration. I could put it flat on the ground and put a flower in, or a small tree perhaps. But nah. And you know what? I might actually get able to, or I might actually be able to fill. Yeah. I'd probably be able to fill the seeder with seed, but I have to move this out of the way. Which is no big deal, because it's a small thing to do. Let's get into this baby. We used to call all of these skid steers Bobcats because there was only Bobcat available when I was young. And you could see nothing else other than Bobcats. Right, well, let's check how much seed there is in any of these bags. So 340 liters, 6 liters, 675 and 325. Okay, so I definitely want to take this 6 liter one, and I think it's gonna accept 341. I should probably go with the other time. Okay, had a phone call, I got it. I had to take. I got it to take. No, I had to take a phone call. Okay, let's see. Alright, we can actually lift high enough. Okay. But we can't reach far enough. Okay, we can. Beautiful. Alright, let's pick up the other one with 6 liters in and let's drop it. Do-da. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep this one as close to the end of the tines as I dare. For some reason this is worse. Hey. Perseverance. Alright, let's turn this thing off right here and call it a few hours until we can actually start. Yeah. And we can actually start putting the seed in the ground. By the way, how's this doing? So it's still got 2,500 liters of grapes to go through. Alrighty, well, I guess I gotta wait for the rain to stop. Okay, well, it's 5:30 p.m. and the rain has just stopped, so I think now is as good as the time as ever. I did set up the seeder in the meantime, so it should be all ready to start putting alfalfa in. So yeah, again, we're gonna be doing some evening work with low light, low visibility. Have you ever wondered why deer have white asses? White butts? Because I always wonder that, because if you think about it... Oh, I have long lights on. If you think about it, that's a very visible kind of color in the middle of the forest. And why would deer have that? What's the purpose of it? To throw off the attacker? I don't know. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I am really intrigued about it. Alrighty. It's time to put a bit more of the lights on. Let's start the cedar, and away we go. I'm hoping this is gonna be a quick little job. Just trying to find the correct gear. And it seems like it's gonna be number 4 in the low range. Wow, look at the beautiful moon. I guess I'm lucky that I always record the episode when there's a full moon outside. So I guess this field's gonna have to be rolled when we're done with it, done with the seeding, and before it starts to germinate. But yeah, I guess a few action shots and we'll see you on the other side. Alright, with this I do believe we're gonna be done with this field. It's been a pretty romantic session with full moonlight beaming down and nice little light on the dashboard. Not really lighting much, but it's there. So yeah, you can appreciate the size difference between our original meadow and this one. This one is quite a lot bigger than the other one is. Okay, and I think I missed a spot over there. Yeah, just at the beginning, you can see this corner. It would bug me to the moon and back if I didn't fix it, and just found out later on that we actually don't have anything planted here. Let's just go over it twice for the sake of it. Alright. Perfect. Let's turn it off and let's have a quick little look outside. Okay, this is all perfect now. Good. So yeah, welcome Alpha Alpha or Alfalfa. I used to think it's called Alpha Alpha, like 2 Roman letters. But it's actually without the second A. The third A. Alpha. In any case, I'm rambling. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. You know what? No, I do think I'm gonna tidy things up at the farm. Just hang around for a bit more. You know what? Despite its age, this tractor really does deserve its praise. Let's offload and let's take it back. But yeah, it's been working like non-stop for 2 days. And we had a tire puncture, we had all those things. And it's still running without even skipping a beat. No jerking around, no nothing. Yeah, it goes to show that having simple machines is not always a bad idea. Alright, let's put that planter... Nah, we can actually leave it there. It won't bother anyone, and we'll need it before we're gonna need the windrower, I think. And it's time to put this tractor to rest for today. Put it all the way in the corner over here. So I can go outside with this beauty. I know I've said this already, but I love this machine so much. I'm just like a kid with a toy. Right, let's get the seed under cover. So I guess I should be looking at another attacher that's specifically designed to handle big bags, because the spike can do it, but it doesn't go high enough, and those big bag handlers, as far as I've seen online, they have sort of a higher attacher. So it attaches in the same place as this spike does, but the arm that handles the big bags is a lot higher. And I think that's gonna be the determining factor if we can actually easily use the bag handler or not. Alright, now putting this back inside. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and join us next time where we continue the adventure, and see you around. Take care and goodbye.